Greetings and welcome everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me by typing a Y on the text chat. All right. And how is the presentation screen? All clear? Awesome. Welcome on board everyone. Sally, Christina, Eric, Natalia, Z Bell, Rajesh, Chi, Marco. Thank you very much everyone. I'm honored and humbled as always to have you all with me during this very important gathering, which is there because we are meant to do this work together. And also my heartfelt gratitude to all the subscribers of my website and YouTube channel. And I'm also receiving a number of emails where people are talking about how shifts are happening in their reality as they engage with these sessions. So thank you very much for being a devoted person to work on yourself, because your own self-actualization is really important at this specific time. And in today's session, we are going to be discussing some very intense areas, as well as I will be doing some very powerful energetic clearings for all of you. So again, I would like to make sure that you all have enough time to be with me during this live session with no distractions of any kind, and if possible, also keep enough drinking water with you. So is everyone ready? All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and go through the agenda that we have for today. I will be taking you through the insights of how does fear hinders your personal growth and progress in your life. What are the traumatic experiences and their impact on your life? How you can transform your pain into your purpose. And around these discussions, we are then going to have the quantum healing frequencies to support the clearings and assisting you to overcome fear, clearing the traumatic experiences, and to transmute pain into purpose. Pretty intense agenda. However, the intention is set already to serve you all in the best way possible. And I truly wish that you all benefit from your given time that you are investing in this particular session with me. So how do you define fear? It is simply a false evidence that appears to be real. And understand that the real issue is not the fear itself, but rather how we hold it in our mind. As you can see from this illustration here, that fear can be projected into any shape as per our choice. And then how our mind perceives it is also as per our choice of looking into it. Fear is something that paralyzes a lot of areas in a person's life, as it has a very strong energy and very strong emotions are associated with the word fear by itself. And in today's world, people who are constantly living under threat situations, they are the one who are facing the impacts of fear more than anybody else. Like there are areas in the world in particular where there is always a tug of war between life and death. So you can imagine the state their mind is in. So even anything that happens to be normal for several of the other people who are not projected to that kind of situation, for the ones who are facing these situations, everything is a threat to them. So in this particular scenario, we are going to talk about two different areas. One is the biological reason for the fear, which is around keeping oneself alive and safe in the face of danger, which always triggers some kind of a response in terms of fight or flight. The main discussion is going to be around the psychological reasons for fear. Example of the psychological reason is, for example, public appearance, like speaking in front of an audience. Now, whatever is the reason behind the feeling of fear, know that the ability to make decisions gets compromised. You probably have experienced this yourself also. Also, fear impacts a person's emotions to an extent of having a sort of paralysis from living a relaxed, peaceful, and empowered life. Now, understand that if a person is constantly under the feelings of fear, it is going to weaken the immune system for them. Their immunity gets very low and they can easily catch different kind of viruses because of the low immunity. Also, it causes cardiovascular damage. It causes gastrointestinal problems such as ulcers and irritable bowel syndrome. It also leads to accelerated aging and even premature death. So in the presence of this particular focus around the psychological aspects of fear, let's go ahead and do a small exercise by asking the following question. Who would you be without your fear? And what can you achieve without being afraid? Understand that fear is an emotion, okay? Because it has no physical face, it has no physical body. Therefore, fear is not real. Rather, it is an illusion that is created by our mind. And we, as an individuation of Source God, has the power to co-create our reality. We have the powerful mindset if we can really work around the areas which requires our attention. And as I mentioned previously, that the real issue is not the fear itself, but rather how we hold it in our mind. So understand that with fear, the things that usually happens for any person is that they become scared of taking actions. They feel physically weak, ill, and depressed. They experience emotions like hatred and judgment. They are not able to live a fully exuberant life. So these are common areas that you probably will say that, yes, you are aware of it, but then look at these points from the perception of someone who is constantly under the impression of these emotions. So from simply looking at these 4 points, you can imagine the quality of life. Physically weak and depressed, emotionally unstable, and energizing emotions like hatred and judgment, not living a life fully. And for me, the most important thing is that they are scared to take actions. Unless we are ready to take actions to bring shifts in our reality, nothing changes by itself. Now, what happens without fear? What do you think are the areas which will impact your life if you are moving without fear in your life. So without fear, you are not scared of taking actions. Simply, I am adding the word not here in the points that I have already discussed with fear. So if you are living without fear, are not scared of taking actions, but rather you take inspired actions and you make certain to succeed in your plans of action. Without fear, you do not feel physically weak and depressed, but rather you are more confident and exuberant. Without fear, you do not experience emotions like hatred and judgment, but rather you are a loving and compassionate person. The choice is always in our hand. That is one of the reasons why I took the psychological aspects of fear, because it gives us a choice to choose our life with or without fear. The biological reasons are something that we do not have a choice unless you want to completely change the scenario. But here, the psychological aspects are in our control. So now let's talk a little bit about the traumatic experiences. What are the traumatic experiences? Any situation that leaves a person feeling overwhelmed and isolated can result in trauma. So here are the points that are just kind of a journal list for you to understand the situations that can leave a person overwhelmed and isolated. Examples are bullying, betrayals, community violence, natural disasters, physical and emotional abuse, professional criticism, a sudden death of a loved one, sudden loss of a job, financial distress, and violence of different kind. Now, even though there are more areas that can cause a traumatic experience for a person, but these are something that are more general and more common for people to undergo traumatic experiences. However, understand that it's not the objective circumstances that determines whether an event is traumatic, but rather your subjective emotional experience of the event. And the more frightened and helpless you feel, the more likely you are to be traumatized. It's a very deep work of clearing the trauma. So anyone who underwent any kind of traumatic experiences, they might require to undergo some additional energetic clearings more than what I'm going to be providing today. All right. Now, a lot of areas in these bulleted points, they cannot be avoided. Like trauma is something that happens. The catastrophe happens. We cannot control that. It can be through the natural disasters. It can be because of the community violence. It can happen because of any sudden loss of a loved one or a job. These kind of events happens. However, the response that can be prolonged because of our subjective emotional experience can be controlled and managed by each individual. Yeah. Now, another area that I want to discuss before going any further with the clearings is around the transformation of a person's pain into their purpose. How many of you underwent any kind of painful situation in your life that also ended up giving you a lot of traumatic experience and also is causing a lot of fear around that subject? Okay. So if you have a journal with you, a pen and a paper maybe, then just write down that particular aspect where you want to have more clearing from the fear or trauma, and which you would like to use as your purpose. It will be great to have it documented at your end. And for those of you who have not encountered any traumatic situations in your life, yet you did had episodes where, for example, you had sleepless nights for no reason, or you ended up having nightmares or anxiety, fatigue, or kind of a depression, and you ended up having some kind of avoidance of emotions around expressing yourself truly, then understand that there is an intervention on a collective level as well that is happening. And people who are sensitive to the energies, they end up feeling a lot of these negativities, and they end up experiencing these anxieties, fatigue, and depression. And especially it happens to the indigos in particular, indigos type 1 and type 2, who are meant to do the service work for the planetary grids and for the collective humanity. So indigos being very sensitive to these kind of energies, they end up feeling more than other angelic humans, especially different kind of pains like emotional and physical pains for no reason. It happens to me a lot of time, and then I require to do a lot of grounding and clearing on myself, because if I'll just simply do a scan of my routine life, I don't have any, touch wood, I don't have any issues that will make me depressed or will give me any kind of fatigue. But I do end up undergoing these kind of emotions and feelings. And then when I do the clearings on myself, then I start coming back to my own self and my own energies. So for those of you who did not had any kind of traumatic situation that you can really put in the journal, but yet you do feel any kind of depression, fatigue, anxiety, or you end up having nightmares, then maybe you can also note that point in your journal as well. And this might sound bizarre, because at times we say that there is no reason for such experiences, yet you are feeling that. So we are going to be doing a lot of very intense clearings around the trauma in today's session. Okay? Yeah, and self-doubt is something that becomes very obvious whenever someone goes under any kind of trauma. They start doubting themselves and they start saying, why me? Like there are identities of victimization that start surfacing a lot. Now, how you can transform your pain into purpose. So everyone has written down that particular part in their life that they want to focus on. All right. Okay, thank you. Now understand that almost every other individual has something from their past that hurts them and is painful to remember. And it can range from an episode of betrayal that also causes trauma, all the way to multiple episodes of bullying, which also causes trauma and pain. Now, in situations of pain, our mind usually goes analogical and it starts creating identities known as ids, which then resides as energetic blockages in our embodied energy centers, namely chakras. We have 7 embodied chakras. So we are going to focus more on the clearing of these embodied chakras, because any of these identities are usually making their residence within the embodied chakras based on the kind of experience a person goes through. For example, if anyone has undergone a betrayal in their love life, then their heart chakra is going to have these identities of betrayal within it. And it also becomes their pain. And it becomes difficult for any person who has underwent a betrayal in love to start trusting another person easily. Yeah. Similarly, if anyone has undergone an episode of bullying where they were shut down in terms of expressing themselves, then they end up creating the energetic blockages in their throat chakra. So the throat chakra becomes loaded with the identities of self-doubt that ends up not expressing what you truly want to express. So this is why I want to just make this clarify to everyone that what happens in the situations of pain and trauma. So once the residence for the pain identities settle themselves within the chakras, then a person starts believing their life to be an endless journey of pain, grief, trauma, and fear, rather than thinking and acting otherwise. Now remember that life, as it has been given to us as a gift by our Creator God, is a sacred responsibility for us. It is a sacred responsibility which we are going to be questioned about. So how are we living our life? Because the sacred responsibility is to live our life with integrity, empowerment, and purpose. And challenges in the form of pain, trauma, grief, they are here for us to grow in our spiritual journey, to make us more wiser and closer to the divine creator. And whenever you feel that you are going into the patterns of blaming and victimization, because this is something as a byproduct of fear and trauma, then pause for a few minutes and consciously make a choice to break this disempowering thought or pattern. Because understand that whatever you energize with your thoughts and emotions, you create it very easily in your reality. Your thoughts alone cannot create your reality. You require to have emotions associated with the thought to make a reality come to you. So in this context, ask yourself the following questions. Have you been using your pain as an excuse for not moving forward in life? And you can write down the answer at your own end. Because you have already identified the area of pain, it will bring more insights to you if you can answer these questions as well. Have you been using your pain as an excuse for not moving forward in life? What if your pain is actually a gift for you to realize your strength and true potential? Did you ever thought about it? And what if the entire experience of pain, trauma, was to prepare you for a powerful role to serve others? The point to ponder is, will you allow your pain to paralyze your life? Or are you going to rise back up and start making choices which brings you to experience your desired reality? because again, it's a choice point. What are you choosing? The statement before or the statement after or? And it is very easy to blame other people. In a human perception, every other individual has this habit of blaming others for their pain. But then at the same time, this kind of blaming game disempowers you. You know that? How does it disempower you? Because you are giving the power to another creation for your own reality. And when you give away the power to another person, it means that you are weak. You do not have the ability to shift your reality, but rather you are a victim. You getting my point here? So if you are choosing to rise back up and start making choices which brings you to experience your desired reality, then believe that there is a purpose in your pain. No matter what you go through, you have the power to become more wiser and stronger than you were ever before. Does any one of you believe that you are a victim and you don't have the power to choose? All right, so do you have the willingness to move forward and make your pain your purpose? Yeah, the alchemy is staying true to yourself and finding ways to use your experience to transform your own life and the life of others who touches you. You know, we are connected to so many people in our surroundings, our own family to start with. So if you are true to yourself and you know that you are not going to allow the same painful experience to be experienced by others, then you are probably going to find ways to use your experience to transform the life of others. Because if your pain has activated something within you, then you can be sure that it will touch other people as well. And you have the power to become more wiser and stronger than ever before. All right, guys. Thank you very much for your participation. So these areas that we have slightly touched today, because each one of them are very deep, and if anyone has undergone repeated patterns of trauma and pain and fear, it requires more than one session to really become clear from all of these identities. And it's like a detailed work by the practitioners. However, I will try my level best in today's session to assist you to receive the frequencies that are meant to transform and to overcome and to clear these areas that impacts a person's life and paralyze them from moving forward. So with the clearings you will be receiving today, you will receive the frequencies that will open up the areas of opportunity in your life to make better conscious choices, to move in a way that you can shift the desirable reality in your life. It's not like you're just going to sit and receive the frequencies and magically things are going to change. The frequencies are there to support your plans of action. Okay? You will receive more clarity of mind. You will receive more clarity on your energetic centers that will allow you to start making conscious choices. So this is where we are going to start using the codes of Ah. the golden light from the absolute harmonic universe. All the codes that you are going to be receiving today, they are all designed by one of my beautiful teacher, Yvonne Delafleur. She is the founder of many humanitarian organizations. And according to what I have learned from Yvonne, understand that there is no higher power other than God's, and the power of our intentions and what we choose to believe in. So the codes of art that Yvonne designs, they have always been created to be a reminder of this power, the power of your intention, and above all, the highest power of God Almighty. The codes of our sessions do not replace any medical interventions, but rather they are used to increase a person's self-healing and self-mastery powers. And understand that any tool that you use, like mandalas, books, teachings, they are simply to enhance and bring awareness to or support what is already within you. So each one of you is going to be receiving the frequencies, and your own higher, wiser self is going to be the supervisor of the reception of these frequencies to be used for the highest purpose for you. Okay, so don't require to worry about like what is going to happen. Just simply allow and give permission to receive the frequencies, and then once your higher self has completely acquired the frequencies, it is going to use it for you in the best way possible and for the highest good for you. And if any one of you have any doubt about the usage of these tools, then please visit a 7-minute session where I am teaching on my YouTube channel about how you can connect with your own higher, wiser guidance, and then start learning to tune into your own guidance to receive the answers in the intelligence of your own left hand, because every single particle of our being has a mind of its own and is encoded with divine intelligence. So when you are connected with your own higher, wiser guidance, you can receive the answers in your left hand by simply observing the energy signatures moving in any specific direction. So there is a 7-minute video on my website as well as on the YouTube channel, Divine Guidance. And if you can just visit that video prior to revisiting this session, which I will be making available on YouTube again, it will be easier for you to validate all the insights that I'm giving you, or the tools and the frequencies that you are going to be receiving. All right. So always go with your own guidance. Your guidance is never going to fail you. Stop depending on people other than yourself. If you're always looking for answers from people outside of you, you are actually preparing a recipe of disappointment for yourself. Depend on your own guidance and always set the intention to receive the best possible frequencies to support your life purpose and your soul mission. Because every single day that we are living on this given lifetime is a choice point for us to live with empowerment. So setting your intention on daily basis is absolutely important, because your intention has the power to change your life. All right. So let's go ahead and set the intention for receiving these powerful frequencies so that it will serve you in the best way possible. Start tuning in to your own energies by simply sitting in a very comfortable position, keeping your feet firmly on the ground. You can even close your eyes as I'm going to guide you through a very quick meditative exercise. And I'm going to set the intention out loud so that each one of you can hear it as well. Start taking deep breaths in through your nose at the count of 4. Hold it at the count of 4, and then exhale through your mouth at the count of 8 with the sound of ah. So go ahead and do that. Start visualizing a beam of white light entering from your crown chakra, going through your central vertical channel all the way down to the center of the earth. Connecting to the higher self of all the attendees of this session. Creator of all beings, angels and archangels, my higher self, my personal team of guides, teachers, and angels. I request the following for all attendees of this live session, in all versions, in all dimensional levels, for all energy bodies into infinity, in all concepts of time, on all subconscious, conscious, and superconscious levels throughout eternity, to receive all clearings, insights, and high frequency activations in the best way possible for them and in line with their higher selves. Tahija and Tudoi. Continue feeling this divine white light going through your entire body, filling you up on a cellular level. And now start seeing this beam of white light expanding all around you, creating a pillar extended in all of your surroundings. Make sure that you have turned your phones to the silent mode. Continuing taking deep breaths, allowing your body to relax, feeling your feet firmly on the ground. Let's go ahead with the very first clearing. Continue taking deep breaths as you engage with this frequency. Continue the visualization of the white divine light running through your crown chakra, making its way down into your body, getting absorbed on a cellular level, filling you with this beautiful divine white light, which is also encoded within this beautiful code of Ah. Since we are doing the clearing around identities of fear, as you are engaging yourself with this frequency, inhale the code into your third eye, and then close your eyes to see the impression of the code with your closed eyes there. If you can see this code with your closed eyes, only then open your eyes once again. Put the fear in words in the middle of this code. Inhale it back into your third eye. And now this time with an exhale, send this frequency all the way down through your central vertical channel, going out through your feet into the center of the earth. With every inhale and exhale, start feeling your energy expanding more and more. Start seeing your entire body becoming like a ball of light. You can visualize yourself shining as big as your vision can hold. Shine like a sun. Shine with this beautiful divine white light. And start noticing the flow of energy within your body. The energy is pretty intense. It just moved past my second knuckle, moving towards the center of my palm. It's pretty heavy. So those of you who are practitioners and who can read the energy signatures in your left hand, maybe you can also monitor it. I'm going to play a solfeggio sound tone as we are engaged in observing the energy running through the cellular bodies of each one of you. I'm going to bring more frequency of the solfeggio Hertz 741 tone. The 741 tonal frequency assists in the dissipation of the fear identities as well. So you are going to hear a sound. Just listen to it. So those of you who are in the possession of the smartphone, you can also go to your app store. If you have iPhone, then it's on the app store. You can download the tone generator. I believe it's only $1 cost, and then you can use the frequencies easily at your end as well. So 741. It allows you to manually enter the tonal frequency and then you can play it from 3 to 7 minutes. So I've just given you a flavor of this tonal frequency. However, understand that from my own personal experience also, I have learned that You cannot experience fear and gratitude at the same time. So the suggestion here is that whenever you have this repatterning of the fear showing up, then instead of focusing on the fear by naming it and by energizing it, rather start paying your gratitude for all the blessings that you have been given by the divine source. Because fear and gratitude are literally the opposite of one another. So when you are experiencing difficult times in life, it becomes pretty easy for anyone to drop into these identities of fear. Everything starts feeling overwhelming. So in this kind of energetic space, it can literally become hard to stay grounded. But if you are choosing to develop a gratitude practice, then it will allow you to not drown into fear, because it immediately shifts your focus. It starts bringing more into what you already have to be grateful for. And in so many sacred books by divine creator that have been given as a gift to humanity, the repetition of the words fear not and do not be afraid will be found. You will find it in the Holy Bible, you will find it in the Holy Quran, in Torah. All the books from divine God have these repetitive phrases. And the message is to meet your fear with your faith. So those of you who are practicing your faith, it becomes very easy for you not to go into the episodes of fear, but rather bring more of the gratitude in your awareness. It requires a lot of practice to start trusting the divine right time and divine right order and the divine plan, which is always there for every individuation of Source Creator God. The energy is still in the middle of my palm, just going round and round. So everyone, please continue taking deep breaths, and with every out breath, take out the sound of ah, as if you are expelling the fear with an out breath, and continue running this frequency in your entire body, running it in a way that it goes with the fear, holding it within its frequency and taking it all the way to the center of the earth and dissolving it there. So continue running this code in this way. Thank you very much, Sally. Yeah, you can do that as well, because the idea here is to live your life with empowerment. And of course, when you feel empowered, then you are joyful and you feel like dancing. In the presence of gratitude and joy, there is no room for fear. And remember that we are focusing on the psychological aspects of the fear, where we have a choice to live with fear or live without it. So these frequencies are supporting you to make a choice to live without fear. And you know, when you want to talk about fear, you will understand that there's always a story that is attached with whatever is there that you are afraid of. Yeah? Yeah, there's always a story. And the theme is, I can't do something because I am afraid of, you can fill in the blank. Because fear as an emotion loves to hang out with your inner critic, and it comes up with the worst case scenarios about what can happen. Yeah, immediately your mind goes in the non-existence future because of the past experiences. Now you are holding on to the identities of fear, which are paralyzing your action plans. The action plans determines your future. So understand that fear is something that you cannot continue impacting your reality if you are choosing to move forward in your life with action plans where it will serve you in the best way possible. You require to take leap of faith. Trust your creator. Afraid not. Do not fear. Yeah, it is a barrier to greatness for sure. So if you are aware of this barrier, choose not to keep it there. You have the choice to clear it. The frequencies are here to support each one of you. The beautiful divine white light encoded within this beautiful frequency. So the energy is almost quantum now. The reason I stay on every single clearing is because I require to make sure that each one of you have received the frequencies, and there is an indication in my left hand to monitor the energy. Once I receive that indication that it is completely received by you, only then I choose to move to the next clearing. So I appreciate all of you staying with me, as this session might go beyond 1 hour. However, believe the process that it is going to serve you in the best way possible. All right, everyone. Please go ahead and drink some water. You can encode this frequency inside the water and drink it as well. Now let's move to our next clearing, around the clearing of traumatic experiences. I want you to start engaging with this frequency as I'm going to give you some additional insights. I will also be using a Solfigo frequency again. This time it will be 417 Solfigo frequency. So this tonal frequency is already encoded within the code. However, I want you to hear it as well. This code of A is designed to clear the traumatic experiences from the amygdala. It also cleans the cellular memories, because I mentioned earlier that every single cell and particle of our being has a mind of its own, and it has a storage capacity of storing all the trauma, fear, and pain. So it's going to happen on a cellular level, restoring and actualizing your entire energetic field and mind. So continue engaging yourself once again by looking at the center of this code. Inhale the code once again into your third eye, and then close your eyes to see the impression of the code there. If you can see this code with your closed eyes, only then open your eyes once again. Take in the entire geometry of this beautiful scalar wave program, which is a living code of consciousness interacting with you as a living code of consciousness. Understand that your higher self, which is your guide 24/7, is in the supervision of receiving these frequencies and using them for your highest good. So just allow and go with the flow. Give yourself the permission to receive these powerful frequencies for your highest good. Just like before, I want you to inhale the frequency into your third eye once again. Close your eyes to bring in the traumatic experience in your mind's eye, which you require to clear in today's session. And then with a powerful out breath, again run this frequency through your central vertical channel, going through your feet once again all the way down to the center of the earth and dissolving there. And you can continue running this code in this way for as long as your higher, wiser guidance is telling you to do so. And I'm again going to run the Solfigo Hertz frequency. I will be doing some commands silently, and I will be monitoring the energy in my left hand. So those of you who have the tone generator, you can go ahead and manually input the Solfigo frequency 417 and then play the sound at your end. Continue taking deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, running this frequency in your entire body. And with every out breath, see yourself becoming more clear and more lighter. With this frequency, we are cleansing the traumatic experiences and clearing the destructive influences of past events from your amygdala and your forebrain centers. This frequency cleanses cellular memories, restoring and actualizing your own energetic field and mind. You probably are feeling a lot of tingling sensations in your third eye, as this is the main area from where this frequency activation is happening and energizing your entire cellular bodies, helping you to become more creative in your potentials rather than becoming a victim of your trauma and fear. This frequency also supports quietening and soothing your mind. So any one of you who were facing problems with your sleep, you probably are going to have more sound sleep after this clearing. A very sacred, powerful energy transmission is happening right now. So with every activation and clearing that you are receiving, I'm also facilitating the clarity of your intentions and vested willpower. This is your divine right, a divine right to live with empowerment, to live with clarity, to live successfully and joyfully. Claim this power back into your life. Give yourself permission to rise back up and start living your desired life. But you do require to take some inspired actions around it. Yeah, for some of you, this code is very active. Yes, Chi. Very cooling waves, very soothing energies. Also, anyone who face like frequent headaches, this frequency also assists in clearing out the usual complaints of headaches. It facilitates the clearing of the emotional space in your mind. And as the releases of any held up identities of fear and past trauma happens, we start experiencing more lighter in our bodies. So imagine someone living with constant complaints of headache and not able to sleep well, receiving these clearings and then experiencing a completely different reality. However, at the same time, I'm not claiming to override any need for the medical intervention if required. Just understand that the power of these frequencies is to assist you to come back to your own divine, empowered self. It's simply enhancing what is already within you. Yeah. So for those of you who are my devoted practitioners, where is the energy right now? Chi, Christina, Natalia, Eric, Sally. Yeah, it is still in the middle of the palm. Abdul Munim, how are you, brother? Yeah, it's moving now gradually towards the wrist. Continue breathing in and out slowly and gently. Continue running this frequency with your intention of clearing out any past painful memories, fears, and trauma from your energetic field on a cellular level, cleansing it, lightening you up. So see yourself becoming more lighter and start seeing yourself shining like a ball of light. Your powerful intentions are already in place, so trust in the process. Amazing feedback, Sally. Thank you very much. Yeah, you are a very powerful indigo, my dear. So whatever you are perceiving, whatever you are seeing, it's happening. People like yourself are much needed. And I trust several of you who are new to this work, you are here because of your soul calling. It's not a coincidence that you have found me or found this work. It is a divine right time for you to your soul to come to this work. Start receiving the powerful frequencies, start learning the protocols, and start using it for the benefit of humanity. The energy is almost quantum, but if you are paying attention, it is kind of tingly towards the wrist. It's taking its time because trauma is also like peeling the layers of onion, just like karma. There are layers and layers that are held on a subconscious level because they were never cleared before. Yes, Fahmida, it's going to surface in order to be cleared out. That's true. So just the way I have explained, at every in-breath, you bring the code to your third eye, you encode the specific memory of trauma in the middle of the code, and then you run it through your entire body, run it through your feet all the way down to the center of the earth and see it dissolving there. So it's like a housekeeping service right now. It's clearing all the surfaces one by one, clearing out the layers one by one. And majority of the time, the traumatic experiences are there because of the continuation of energizing the thought around that experience. So you're also receiving clarity of your mind. So I want you guys to now pay attention in the coming days that if you are no longer staying attached to that thought which used to energize the past fear or any other episodes of fear and trauma, then it will be great for me to receive your feedback to know how much this clearing has assisted you. The memory can be still there, however, it's not going to impact you negatively. It will not bring your energies down, or it will not impact you in a way that you will feel depressed or fearful again. This is the power that I personally have experienced, and this is why I'm so passionate about this work. Because I have learned to transform my pain into my purpose. And this is exactly what we are going to be doing in a while. All right, everyone. So the energy is 100% quantum, meaning that it has been received at your ends. How's everyone feeling? Now, each one of you who is the recipient of these frequencies, your higher self is receiving it for yourself. And you are getting actually programmed with these powerful frequencies. Via your intention, you can also serve so many people in your surrounding by simply sending this frequency from your third eye to their third eye. And understand that every particular code is encoded with very beautiful intentions, powerful prayers. And once any such scalar wave program is received by the higher self of another person, they immediately receive it. It's very rare for anyone's higher self to reject the incoming frequencies from these codes. My own personal intentions of service is encoded in every single frequency. And I personally believe in the power of intention and service. So you can also become like this beam of light for thousands of people in your surrounding by becoming the frequency holder of these powerful codes. All right. So I want you guys to be in a realization of what you are going through right now. All right, everyone. Let's go ahead and start working with the transformation of pain into purpose. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for your feedback. Sally, Rajesh, Eric, Famida, Chi. I hope everyone else is still present with me as well. We have around 33 participants in today's session, but majority of them are silent. All right. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and start engaging with this frequency now. I'm going to again use a Solfigo frequency 396, as this is encoded with a lot of powerful tonal frequencies to bring you into the light of your soul purpose. Practically taking what you have experienced in your life as pain and transforming it into your soul purpose. And understand that everyone's soul is growing with every single experience. This is the soul journey where we require to undergo any kind of episodes that we label as trauma and pain, because our soul required to experience it and grow in its own essence. And this is also labeled as the progression of your spiritual journey. Yeah. So once you come to this understanding that whatever you have been subjected to in your life was because of the divine plan to bring you more into your wisdom and strength, then you stop going into the victimization and you start practicing more gratitude. So this is what I am bringing to all of you through these insights and frequency as well. Continue looking at the center of the code, running it once again through your entire body with the intention of cleansing out any identities of pain which are restricting you from moving forward in life with your purpose. And see where you can find some strength of taking that pain that you have experienced and ensuring that anyone else should not go through the same experience. A lot of people in the world today who are becoming like a role model have actually risen from their traumatic experiences and painful experiences, and they have ensured that they can be of service to humanity in a way to bring the experiences of empowerment to others and not letting the same pain that they have faced to impact humanity. We have such light beings among us. We just require to find them. Continue running the code in your entire body with every inhale and exhale, keeping the painful experiences encoded inside the code as you run it through your entire body and send it all the way down to the center of the earth. And literally again see this code disappearing and dissolving with the painful experiences of yours. and then coming back up all cleared, and then again going through your central vertical channel with another passenger of your painful memory. So just do this housekeeping by running this code through your entire energetic field and listen to this sound tone. With every activation of these codes, I'm also assisting each one of you to receive the higher ascension frequencies for the ascension of consciousness, becoming more aware of who you are with the embodiment of your I am presence. It's also a good advice to remind yourself of how blessed you are on daily basis and how powerful you are as an individuation of Creator God. Staying in any kind of victimization is a big no for people like yourself who are coming to this kind of work. I am an advocate of empowerment. So anyone coming with any sort of disempowerment and letting go of their powerful divine existence is a big no for me to work. I don't work with people who do not want to bring shifts in their life. I'm here to assist as much as possible. However, I cannot entertain any episodes of victimization. Yeah, there is a lot more to see, a lot more to feel as you are going to undergo a huge expansion of consciousness. This is your divine right to look beyond the veils of illusions. And you probably have started seeing that. Yes, Sally, all these sulfigo hertz frequencies are actually a part of one of the given training. I believe, Christina, you have taken this training. The codes of R with the sulfigo tonal frequencies. Yeah, there are a lot of great insights given in that training as well. I have also gifted that training to some of my students who have taken some of the advanced classes with me. So it was like a win-win for them, taking 2 certifications with the investment of 1. All right, everyone. So the energy is almost quantum. It's about to get quantum. So I want you guys to go ahead and drink some more water. Infuse the water with this frequency. You can stand up, stretch your body, just move your neck from side to side, and then sit back again so that I can complete the session with the golden frequencies download. Thank you for your feedback, Z. Yes, Fahmida, you require to maybe revisit these clearings. It will help you, as I mentioned, that it's like peeling the layers of onion. So if there are multiple episodes of betrayal, bullying, victimization, then maybe you require to engage yourself more with these frequencies. All right, everyone, thank you very much. For today, our clearing session is complete. I have been receiving beautiful feedback from all of you. I apologize if I was not able to read it all for each one of you. So anyone who would like to have a mic, I can open the mic for you as well. Just raise your hand. I can unmute your line. All right. Yeah, okay. So everyone likes to just keep on typing. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. So remember that living with high frequency is a choice that you make in every now moment. This is something that I want you guys to remember. Every single now moment is a choice you make, okay? And high frequencies are not simply because of the codes of R, but also the way you think about yourself and others. The more you are going to practice humbleness, gratitude, the more you feel connected to the divine, the more you experience love and compassion in your heart. All these are important areas which are responsible for creating more high frequencies within you. Yeah? Let's do a golden frequency download for each one of you. Make sure that you are still in a relaxed position, connecting you all to the pillars of light, up through your crown chakra into the higher realms, the luminous light above all creations, the gust of higher consciousness. Now visualize a golden and violet light filaments coming down into your crown chakra and becoming like a white luminant sphere of divine source light. Incoming golden and violet light filaments transforming into this white ball of divine source light. Now send this light through your spine, through every single chakra, and then infuse this light all the way going through your feet into the center of the earth. It is humbly requested in the name of divine love and by the laws of the golden liquid realms and alchemical powers that each attendee of this session be infused with divine white light and golden frequencies, charging them with new codes new templates, and new soul programming from their higher wiser self and higher realms. Now, Dahija and Tadai, I salute your Christos avatar self from my Christos avatar self. And I truly wish that you all have integrated these clearings and have received the insights in the best way possible and in line with your higher self. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to be sending the recording to all of you, and I will also be posting it on the YouTube channel. So if you are not yet a subscriber of my YouTube, then please do subscribe and also share the recordings with your friends and family. This is a service webinar, and make sure that many people benefit from it. All right? Take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Drink plenty of clear fluids and rest well. Much love and good night from my side of the world.